Good afternoon, and welcome to another outlandish version of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. Now here's your outraged and outspoken host, Voice of Doom. Hello. Well, another week has gone by since my last diatribe, so I figured I'd give you my 2 cents on what's been going on. Nothing good. A lot of impunicity from the various touts and wags and talking heads, and there's a lot to talk about, so I'll just give you snippets and snappets of my opinions on various subjects. Okay, first of all, yesterday was Saturday, and Orangey won South Carolina, as was expected, and he only won by 20 points. 60 point something to 39 point something for the betraying chick. So that keeps going, and it's obvious that they want to prolong the primary for the Goppers, even though it's over. And I've been watching politics since I was probably about 10. And I've never seen a juggernaut of support for one candidate. Actually, I have. Robert F. Kennedy, Sr. He had a juggernaut of support, but they dealt with that, didn't they? But Orangey has a very huge following now. He's getting almost everybody as a sentient human being because they look at things with their own eyes and decide that the media is full of crap because what they experience and what they're being told are two different things. And I'll get to the media in a minute. I had to watch something today, and it was horrible. But Orangey, and I was saying this before, that the reason a lot of minorities, so-called, are jumping on the Orangey bandwagon is because they can relate to him being persecuted. And Orangey said that yesterday. Now, even though the D's and the wokesters and the idiots have been railing on about injustice and how blacks are persecuted, blacks are oppressed, and whites have privilege, and it's all stacked against, the whole justice system is stacked against the blacks. Everybody says, okay, you're right. And then when Orangey says it, he's called a racist. So the ridiculousness is piling upon ridiculousness, and it's so stupid. And people they're getting a little smarter, and they're seeing it. But back to this media business. I banned NBC and CBS and ABC from my computer. I do not want it dirtying or sullying up my screen, but I saw that some Vietnamese guy had posted the Meet the Press episode, so I decided to give it a go and see what they're doing. And this chick who's the new anchor on that show is even worse than Upchuck Todd, even worse, just totally on board with Petri dish and just saying outlandish lies with impunity. No, he was found not guilty of any wrongdoing by the her report. And it's like, no, he was found that he did something wrong, but he was too feeble-minded to go on trial for it, so they figured they'd drop it. And just all kinds of crap. Upchuck was one of the panel. He was ridiculous. I will say they didn't lambaste Orangey as much as they probably wanted to. They just called him a racist for bringing to people's attention what the wokesters and the idiots have been saying for years. When he says it, it's racist. When they say it, it's justice. Really ridiculous. Now, what else caught my eye this week? Not much. This Ukraine business, I guess, is going on and on. It's a 2-year anniversary. And I don't understand why we're doing this. It just occurred to me that I think that this whole thing is a scam. I think that Zelensky and Putin are in cahoots. And however many people are killed, be damned. They're in cahoots to embezzle and to extort money from the U.S. Because no matter how much money or support we give to Ukraine, all Russia has to do is decide they want to win it once and for all, and they can do it in 10 seconds. But they're not. They're having some sort of a Vietnam-like prolonged Afghanistan. Let's just stay there forever for the sake of the military-industrial. And now we're giving the military-industrial to foreign agents and foreign entities. So we're not even using it for ourselves. So I think this whole thing is an extortion racket. I think that Zelensky's just waiting for the next big payment. And then he and Putin will get together and decide to either call it a day or Russia will obliterate them. They're already encircling Ukraine. Transnistria, as I've talked about a year or two ago, is on Russia's side. Belarus is on Russia's side. And Ukraine doesn't stand a chance. All they can do is just sacrifice every last male of a certain age to death, and females and kids, and buildings and infrastructure. So I'm beginning to think this whole thing's a scam. If Putin wanted to take over a certain region of Ukraine, he would do it. I don't want to escalate things. The United States might get mad. Whatever. Okay. What's another issue? Okay, there was a blackout on telecommunications 2 or 3 days ago. Didn't affect me one bit. Didn't affect most people in Nevada from what I heard. But many parts of the country were affected by this blackout, and they had a cow. And they're not even getting what's coming. Then they're really going to be panicking. Another balloons flying across the United States, or what used to be, and I don't know what that's all about, but we can only imagine. Now, let's get back to this border business, because that's one of the main things that the goppers blew by not codifying Petri dishes' insidious plans to replace us. But it occurred to me, and it should occur to everybody, that we've called these illegal migrants asylum seekers. And we're taking in people from every country on the planet. Now, an asylum seeker is someone who is seeking refuge from being politically persecuted. So, every country on this planet is oppressing and killing people for political reasons. Because if you go down the line and you see this footage, they say, where are you from? China. Where are you from? Afghanistan. Where are you from? Mauritania. Where are you from? Congo. Where are you from? Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica is what? Killing people? I haven't heard anything about Costa Rican government, oppressing the population, going through and decimating people. So they use the word asylum as if it just means I just want to try to do better over here. I don't know why they think that what used to be this country is going to be a better deal for them. Many of them are finding out it's not. Many of them have fallen through the cracks of the social safety net, which we have built for the migrants by taking it away from the common clay. And they're getting beaten up and killed. And there's another murder by a illegal migrant, which has the right wing up in arms and the left wing burying their head even further into the sand. All kinds of bad things are happening. I was checking into this, I don't know what state is it. I can't remember the state now, but it had something to do with a law that they wanted to enhance the penalties for buying children and raping them, which I would think there would be stiff penalties already. But apparently it's falling down on party lines that the D's in that state, I'll get back to you about what state it is later, are saying no, they should get probation. Caught my eye. I tried to check into it a bit, and I couldn't find any rhyme or reason to why they would think such a thing. But apparently, according to the Democratic Party, buying a kid and raping them should be considered a petty misdemeanor. So we'll see where that goes. But let's just talk about replacement again, because I'm going to go back and forth. The Chinese migrants do not look like they are here to work in people's yards, do landscaping, or work in hotels as maids. They look very sharp. They look very smart. They look like they have it together. Now, we all know that China has a very strict policy on emigration with an E. We just don't allow people willy-nilly to leave our country. We are a totalitarian regime. So, if there's Chinese people at the border, which they probably flew to Mexico City from China or what have you, they were allowed to come here. And what they're doing, in my opinion, is laying the foundation for the replacement of the indigenous, used to be American citizenry. Seems obvious. They're professional people. They're engineers. I hear a lot of them are growing pot farms, starting those up since it's legal in many states now. And it just goes along with the overall plan of China to dumb down America even dumber than it was. Because they started it with TikTok. They created an atmosphere of idiocy, an atmosphere of insanity, where the Generation Zers and Xers and Zoomers and Doomers are all out of their minds with their pronouns and their this and that. That's going to get old real fast. It's almost over. But they're all out of their minds, and they look crazy, and the fact that they are complaining that they can't get a job is not something I feel sorry for. And going on, what else can I talk about? Petri dish. I just forgave billions and billions of dollars for these students who were ripped off by outrageous loans, which we guaranteed. So he's saying, yeah, we totally are rip-offs. We're users. We're money lenders. We're Shylocks and shysters who overcharged these students, so now we're going to give them their money back. And lay it on the taxpayer, lay it on the loan. They won't lay it on the banks. The banks will probably have a cow. But it'll end up getting paid because, as we all know, the presidency, as administrator of the law, can do whatever he wants and give away as much money as he wants, because we all know that the president has the power of the purse. That's sarcasm. So, I'm pretty outraged about everything. And I think I've given you every reason to be also outraged. And hopefully the cities will be burning very soon, because the common clay are really getting fed up even worse and worse every single week. Because these Petryites are giving more and more benefits and money and stipends and allowances to illegal immigrants who shouldn't have come here in the first place because they had no plan. And now they're like, well, they're here now, so we better give them money. While the common clay keeps struggling with their bills. If you're going to give every migrant $1,000 a month or $2,000, then give me the money too. Free of charge and tax-free. Give every American used to be money. Otherwise, there's going to be bloody hell to pay. Every city should be decimated. Every person should rise up and take out every government institution because it's hopeless. So I'll leave it there. I could have said more, but I'll leave it at 16 minutes. And enjoy the rest of the week. I'm sure it'll be worse than last week. And have a good day. Bye.